Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
Well, fighting horrible monsters is something I get a lot better than balancing the economy.
Oh my gods, that is terrifying. Quick, Silverfish, balance the economy.
I'm working on it. You all look up as you realize, oh god, it's not just one of these things.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, there are so many.
What are those?
So my professional recommendation is to move the line backwards.
Those lacking combat experience or do not wish to engage with the situation, please enter the warehouse. We will do our job.
Gregor, do you recognize these things?
No, I've never seen one before. They look like a person, but ugly, but also fancy.
Ugly, fancy. Fancy, ugly. Mercedes, what are your thoughts?
I don't precisely care what you think of them. All I know is I need to kill all of them.
What are they? Do you know what they are? Where they come from?
Are they monsters?
What they're weak to?
I would love to expand on precisely what these things are and the finer points of all that. However, I need to take care of this now, and I'm more than willing to discuss with you later.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah, you do your thing. We'll back you up as best we can.
They are monsters, right?
Oh, absolutely. Mercy gets
good.
into a low stance and just launches upward. Mid-flight has the puff of embers again with two blacksmith hammers, as she basically just tackles one into the side of the cliff.
Well, thank the gods this isn't some morally ambiguous situation where we're not sure if they're monsters.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out later if they're not monsters.
They're probably monsters, Harlock. She sounded very certain when she said they were monsters.
Mm-hmm. I heard what game this is being compared to. They're not monsters. Harlock is going to run off into a tree.
Okay, so, Marcus, you successfully razzle and or dazzle. You put on a show in the background. You send up sparks and all of this thing's many eyes. Oh, yeah, no. Oh god, they're
Way
eyes.
too many eyes.
Oh shit, those are eyes. And they all focus in on you. Apparently they didn't like that very much. These two up front begin to bear down on your current position, actually flying over the assembled group of soldiers on the ground. There, they fly, slamming into this barricade, and they almost make it to you. Their spear, diving forwards, suddenly it's interrupted as, from the ground, the tendrils of the forest guardian expand. They completely entangle this barricade, raising it up and making it twice as effective. You manage to effectively hold them back as Harlock, your trap triggers.
Yes, and that trap that Harlock set up really quickly is actually a pulley system set up on the other barricades that are right next to the ones that they're kind of pinned on.
Yeah.
And it is going to snap back when they impact this barricade like a giant wooden bear trap.
Oh my god.
You successfully
so cool.
managed to mousetrap these two, bring the barricade down on top of them. Gregor, they're more or less held still for you at this point.
All right.
So like a coup de grace, kind of?
Yeah, Gregor sees his opportunity and takes the stance of the charging Minotaur, ready to finish this guy off, and charges forward, glaive in front of him, stabbing.
You pick up your glaive and you slam it through this creature, driving it into where you think the brain is. You don't find a brain, but you keep on driving. What you find in its place is these things are almost, they're almost you'd most compare them to like a spongy marble statue.
Yeah.
Their internal consistency has so much, like, it has so much drag and resistance that cutting through them is incredibly hard. But you manage to drive this one to the ground and pin it there. However, this puts you in a kind of compromising position. Having put that extra effort required to kill and pin this thing, you've left yourself open, and like a bolt of lightning from the hill, one of those heavenly lances rockets down and strikes you through the shoulder, pinning you to the ground as well.
Go!
Gregor, you are pinned to the ground too, and you watch as the light fades from this one's eyes. It's many eyes.
So yeah, Mercy basically pins this thing into the side of the cliff, and realizing the hammers aren't doing nearly as much as she'd hope, at the base of the cliff, she snaps her fingers and summons a grindstone you would use to sharpen weapons. With all of her weight, gets this thing into a full Nelson and slams it into the ground. With the grindstone spinning as quickly as possible, she starts slowly pressing its face deeper and deeper into it to grind its face off until finally it goes limp in her arms, and she just tosses the body. I think I've earned some fucking corn!
Meanwhile, Gregor, you managed to completely avoid the incoming blow. It's absolutely fine. You can also shield an ally from this. I'd recommend maybe Inian or maybe Marcus. One of them is getting hit either way. Marcus, on the other hand, you are going to take a wound.
Marcus is like taunting this dead one and just takes a spear to the gut while he does that. Oh.
While you taunt this one, the other one that's caught up in the trap, suddenly you hear it's not a cracking noise, it's a stretching noise? It's kind of disgusting, actually. Yeah, it'd be kind of comical if it wasn't so fucking gross. And the other one springs forward, jaws gnashing, and actually manages to catch your leg and bites.
Oh. Crap, I'd like to defend him somehow.
Okay, cool. So, right. Its teeth are closing down on him. How are you gonna protect him?
Gregor takes his glaive, raises it in the air, points it downwards, and slams it between the creature's jaws. So if it bites down, it's gonna be like biting on a sword.
And you can even like lever it open if it tries to chomp fully.
Yeah, if it's badass enough to try and eat a blade, then I'll just slash it.
Gregor, you managed to like interpose your glaive between Marcus and the target, and this thing is gnashing at it. It's trying to bite Marcus, and Marcus, you have a second to roll away.
Great, yeah, I do so.
And
thank you, Gregor.
You keeping its jaw pinned actually gives everyone else a chance to fire up. You suddenly watch as Inian sets this shit ablaze, and the rest of the soldiers actually move up and begin fucking laying into it. This one is turned into a pincushion extremely rapidly, but, of course, during this time, Inian's focus is drawn to this creature, and this same motherfucker on the cliff picks up another spear and stabs her in the abdomen.
Jeez.
This javelin sends her sprawling backwards.
Oh boy. People are starting to get injured, and that's no good at all. What Mercy is gonna do is she's just gonna try and draw the attention, because she knows she can take hits better than most people here.
Yeah.
And rapidly, she keeps on summoning hammers and just whipping them at this guy.
Okay.
And at this guy, just to try and draw the aggro at them. You notice that on impact, the hammers make their, crash into the side, and then turn into embers, and then almost immediately, another hammer appears in her hand. At this point, the grindstone has fully disappeared into just embers and steam.
Cool.
Did it disappear, like, instantaneously at some point, or fade?
The monsters are my little hammer things.
The grindstone, actually. I think this is the sort of thing that Marcus would be trying to pay attention to, since it seems magically interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, it's basically like she kicks it, and then just, like, as it's falling over, just disappears into embers and steam. It's like it's teleporting, almost.
It's despawning, so
Basically, yeah.
we don't slow down the rig.
Yeah, you managed to draw the ire of this one. It starts floating in your direction. This one's temporarily distracted. I'm gonna say one person from the main three perform a follow-up right now.
Harlock is going to try and get Inian out of there.
Oh, that makes sense.
So what Harlock is going to try to do is she's going to aim her arm over there so that she can try and grappling hook Inian back into her direction. But as she does that, it's going to click and then and it's not going to work. And she's gonna kind of smash it with her other arm. Damn it. And then she's gonna jump down on the tree, hop over this barricade, and literally just combat roll, slide past Marcus and try and get Inian some distance over in the other direction.
Just dragging her?
Yes.
Nice.
You managed to drag Inian away. She's clutching her abdomen, which was pierced by a spear, and you start to drag her away as another one flies and impacts the ground immediately next to Marcus. You successfully avoided her some major pain.
Oh, good.
I think that Marcus would want to grab this spear with some sort of big muscly shadow arm and throw it back at one of the creatures.
So what you do is you reach down and you pick up the spear and you form your big muscly shadow arm. You grip it. You're ready for this.
It's very impressive.
You aim to chuck it back at this creature, but it's weird. Coming in contact with the spear, it almost wriggles out of your grasp. You try to hold it with that shadow arm, but it just keeps moving out of the way. It slips between your fingers, almost like mercury.
What the hell?
It touches down on the ground and just lies there. It's so strange. It's the same sensation you had back in Castle Crowhenge. That whatever this material is, it's not from around here. Almost like you, to a certain extent. But
You piece of shit spear!
And temporarily distracted by this, you watch with horror as the creature descends, and you were wondering, this thing threw 2 spears. These spears look big and expensive. They look hard to make, but you watch as almost from its living flesh, that same golden filigree begins to crawl its way out. Form at its palm, form another spear, and it just swings it through this group of people.
Jeez.
Fuck.
Alright. Gregor, having jumped in last time, that didn't work, and there's obviously something really weird about these creatures. It's not often that something doesn't die when you slash its brain. He's going to take the stance of clarity and look at this one that was making the stretching noise and try and figure out what is the deal with it. Does it have any weaknesses? Gregor looks and he thinks about what it felt like to stab this thing before, and he comes to the conclusion that it's not going to die just from regular stabbing. It needs continuous attacking in the same spot. It needs a follow-up after each blow. And he looks around him to where Marcus is and Inian was. Hey guys, you need to double tap these things.
Okay. You mean focus the same area and to really make the damage sink in?
Yeah, you're gonna need to sort of break through it and then go in for the attack immediately, as soon as possible.
Okay. I'll try, thank you.
I think
I can do that.
I trust your instincts here, Gregor. If any of us could intuit that, it's you.
Also, they don't have brains.
What?
I feel like most things I fight don't have brains.
At all? Not even a small one?
Well, they're not where they should be, at least.
Hey, Mercy!
Yeah.
Hey, Mercy, do a thing!
Yeah, no, so, oh boy. Mercy looks at the situation here and sees that more of her soldiers are gonna get bopped, but she's closer to these folks. Is like, all right, well, I need to save as many as I can. Mercy is just gonna dive here and grab Alexander and this Asimar and just huck them over her shoulder as far back as possible away from them, and just as the creature goes for a bite, just grip the top and lower part of the jaw and just like trying to keep it from biting her, but that's all she can do. There's not much else.
This one.
Don't land in the
This one.
spikes.
It's very apparent Mercy's crazy strong.
Yeah,
clearly.
that's very apparent.